Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am playing with the Cozy Toe Slippers Large Die of the Month from Spellbinders for the month of October. If you guys haven't seen the set, which I'm sure you have, it is amazing. And I decided to take it in a bit of a different direction today. So we're going to make a fun Halloween card with this set. So I already have some scrap paper cut here, and I'm just showing you the different pieces. That first piece was the leg piece, and this is sort of the ankle that you'll see. And then I'm going to cut the slippers. I actually changed my mind about this. No, that's, sorry, the cuff. And then the black is the sole, and then I'm going to do the little claws out of some purple cardstock and then some green cardstock for the toes. And I am using my new little purple Spellbinder Scout machine today. So I've got all my pieces cut up here, and I'm a little off screen on this. I'm so sorry. I'm gluing the little glittery purple toes on the monster foot there, and I'm going to add a little bit of shading to that. I did cut this from two different colors of cardstock, so the actual base of the slipper is a little bit darker, and then I cut the toes a little bit lighter, and I'm just going to add a little bit of shading in here. And if you notice there, the actual slipper, the main slipper part, I put the backer on it, and I technically shouldn't have. You're supposed to put the leg part first, where you can see the leg from behind underneath at the bottom of the pajamas. And so I glued that purple piece on there, and I probably shouldn't have. So I ended up having to peel that off after I realized my mistake. So there's a look at my little pajama pants with my little monster slippers. They are so stinking cute. I have cut some, I had a piece of brown cardstock that I embossed with a wood grain embossing folder, and I used some walnut stain, and I just stained that to make it look like a floor. And I'm going to cut up some paper here for my background. So I have this striped paper, and I honestly do not know where my paper came from. I'm going to link to some paper that's similar to it. I think these may have come from a kit a long time ago, and I don't remember where it was, so I'll just link to something similar. This is also a piece of vellum, so I'm going to use that to kind of tone down my paper. And I'm cutting everything down to be 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to be an A2 size card, but the main scene part is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. So I cut all my vellum and my paper down, and then I have this little piece of paper that has all these different like Halloween strips on it, and I thought I could use one of them to be like the baseboard. And so I tried a bunch of different ones out to see how they would look, and I didn't like any of them. And I finally settled on one. I liked the candy corns, but it was a little bit busy. I think any of these would be cute, but yeah, I settled on the checkered orange and black. They're very cute, but I just had a different image in mind. So, but I have all these strips now pre-cut, so I can use them for something else. And I think this might have been, I think this paper was probably from a Catherine Pooler, maybe, or possibly Whimsy Stamps. So I'll link some. They have, Whimsy Stamps has some that's very similar to this, in full sheets, so that's really cute. So I'll link that. So I'm just testing out the different options here. Not liking any of them. After I cut up that whole piece of paper, I was very undecided. Finally settled on the black and orange checkered, which I think looks kind of cute. And then I'm going to adhere my vellum over my background. I'm going to add some, I added some double-sided adhesive, this is score tape, to the back of my little pant legs and slippers. I did put dimensional foam on the leg that crosses over to give it a little bit of dimension. I also should say I did do a bit of ink blending on the pants themselves, the pajama pants, just to give them a little bit of, it makes them have a little bit of more depth, makes them look a little more rounded instead of just a flat piece of paper. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah. So just removing my adhesive here, and I'm going to put this right here, and I will cut off the excess at the top here. I'm just making sure everything's stuck down. And it turned out super, super cute. I think this is adorable. If you can get your hands on these dies, I highly recommend it. I think there's a few days left to get the club. I'm not sure if you can still get this club. Since October, I think they switch out on the 5th or 6th of September. I mean, 5th or 6th of November. So you might still be able to get it. If not, they usually have their club dies available in the store the following month. So you might check there if you haven't already picked this up. So here I am just taking a jelly roll pin in Stardust, and I'm kind of just drawing in those little stars on the pajama pants to give them a little bit of sparkle. And I'm going to use the Honeybees Hocus Pocus stamp set. I'm going to use the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. I'm going to stamp that, and I will heat emboss it, and I have the coordinating die to go with it. So I will stamp and heat emboss that, and then I'm going to put that on my card panel. I am going to first, I didn't show it on screen, but I used my Stardust pen as well. After I stamped it with black ink, I used my Stardust pen and drew over the letters, and then I heat embossed it with clear embossing powder. So it looks sparkly when you look at it up close. I kind of like doing that rather than using like a sparkly embossing powder. If you have a clear embossing powder, it's kind of the same effect. I don't like the embossing powder with glitter because it's kind of lumpy. It doesn't ever really smooth out. So that's my little trick. So here I'm just going to die cut that sentiment for my card front. And I love my little Spellbinder Scout because it's so small and light and it fits perfectly on my desk. I just can't get over how cute this die is. I'm definitely going to have to make some Christmas cards with it, but everybody's making Christmas cards and I'm like, no, I want to make a Halloween card, be different. So I will add a little bit of dimensional foam to the back of my sentiment here. And get that popped up on my card front. I love it when you can get a coordinating die for your sentiments. And the sentiments in the Hocus Pocus stamp set are very cute. I actually had to order my stamp set and my die set from 2 different places because they were sold out. So, and here I have my card base, which is A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm just going to score that so it's top folding. And then I'll use my bone folder here to make sure it stays flat. Get my background added after I adhere my sentiment here. So cute. Looks like somebody hanging out in their monster slippers waiting for trick-or-treaters so they can scare them. I didn't really put any other embellishments on this because I didn't feel like it really needed it with the background wallpaper and then the pants and then the slippers and the floorboard. So I kind of left it kind of generic. I did not adhere down my vellum to the back until I added my sentiment on this side. So I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue here to make sure that stays in place. So fun. And now I will add it to, I add some dimensional foam to the back of my card panel, and I'm going to put that into my, or onto my card base. I like to use my score palette to line things up because I always manage to get it crooked if I don't. And usually even when I do, sometimes I get it crooked. Adorable! And so we're going to stamp a sentiment on the inside. I think I used Have a Spooky Good Halloween. Can't remember. On this side I am stamping this in white pigment ink. Yeah, Have a Spooky Good Halloween. So I stamped that with white pigment ink and I'm going to add fine detail white embossing powder to that. And I will heat set that. And I will wipe away my anti-static stuff on my black cardstock. I really, really hope you enjoyed this card. I didn't get a chance to do very many Halloween cards, but I couldn't let this one pass me by. I just thought it was too cute. I think I had another little corner that needed to be adhered down, so I'm just going to put a little tiny piece of score tape there. It's nice because you can hide it behind the vellum. And my card did get a little bit of warping when I had it in my, when I used the heat tool on the inside, so I will just set something heavy on that to flatten it back out. But that is a look at my finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful, safe, happy Halloween. Goodbye.